We will continue to rally countries around the world to support Ukraine's freedom and independence and to ensure that Russia's aggression remains a strategic failure. Putin has already failed to achieve his principal objective in Ukraine, erasing it from the map, subsuming it into Russia. It's been a hard year on the battlefield, but once again, Ukrainians have done what no one thought was possible. They stood toe-to-toe with one of the world's biggest militaries. They conceded no territory despite multiple Russian offensives. And they pushed Russia's Navy back in the Black Sea and opened a corridor to allow them to export their grain and other products to the world. Russia is weaker militarily, economically, diplomatically. NATO is bigger and stronger and more united than at any point in its nearly 75-year history. This year, we added our 31st member of NATO, Finland. And Sweden will join soon, bringing even greater potency and capability to our defensive alliance. International support has been critical to Ukraine's success. Europe has contributed more than $110 billion to Ukraine, compared to about $70 billion from the United States. So we have, with Ukraine and in Ukraine, maybe the best example of burden sharing that I've seen in the time that I've been engaged in these issues. Just last week, the European Union also agreed to start accession talks with Ukraine. Japan, Korea, Australia, others in the Indo-Pacific, they've stepped up too, from helping rebuild Ukraine's energy grid to providing major military and humanitarian assistance. Like us, they know that supporting Ukraine is vital to showing would-be aggressors everywhere that we will stand up to those who seek to redraw borders by force. Our support hasn't just helped Ukrainians. 90% of the security assistance that we provided to Ukraine has been spent here in the United States, benefiting American businesses, workers, communities, strengthening our nation's defense industrial base. President Putin has boasted in recent weeks that, and I quote, Ukraine has no future. He thinks a strategy of waiting us out while sending wave after wave of young Russians into a meat grinder of his own making will pay off. On one and only one point, I agree with Putin. America's ongoing support is critical to enabling Ukraine's brave soldiers and citizens to keep up their fight, to ensure that Russia's war remains a strategic failure, and to continue helping Ukraine move toward standing strongly on its own 2 feet, militarily, economically, and democratically. Putin is betting that our divisions will prevent us from coming through for Ukraine. We have proven him wrong before. We will prove him wrong again.